wanted restaurant quality salsa outside of the restaurant? Are you tired of salsas like paste picante sauce? That just isn't very good. Well, today's your lucky day because I'm going to teach you how to make the restaurant quality salsa. I'll be teaching you what you need to get, where you can get it, and how to prepare it. So I'm going to tell you what ingredients you're going to need. Okay, well the first items you're going to need, these aren't ingredients, but they are very important to making the salsa. You're going to need a blender or a food processor. I'll be using a food processor. And you'll also need a pot to boil the tomatoes in. Next you're going to need 3 large tomatoes. Then you're going to need jalapenos and peppers of your choice. I'll be using jalapenos and a serrano, or 2 habaneros and a serrano. You'll need an onion. You'll need a lime. A half lime will actually be used in each one, but get a lime because they don't sell them in halves. And then you'll need garlic, unless you're a vampire. And you'll need some salt, jarred jalapenos, cilantro. I'll tell you about where to buy the stuff. Why don't you guys come with me to the road trip? We're going to go to Albertsons. I'll show you how to buy the stuff, how to buy the ingredients I just previously went over with you guys. So let's go, come on. First thing we're going to need is 3 tomatoes, and this is going to be the most important part of the salsa. Make sure you pick out a good tomato, and it's not nasty everywhere. Right? You're going to need garlic too, and you can find it right here. This is what it looks like. And this stuff will give your salsa a special taste. Make sure you don't forget it.
Action.
Alright, so what you're going to need is you're going to need some fresh jalapenos. I would suggest maybe 3 of them. And if you want hotter, you can either get white marks that you can find on the jalapenos. And if you want milder, these are kind of mild. See that? That's the white marks kind of on the jalapeno. It means it's a little bit hotter. And then if you want to go a little stronger, you can pick between habaneros, which are really hot, and serrano peppers, which are hot as well. For today, the hot sauce I'll be making, I'll be using habanero and serranos, and the mild one I'll be just using jalapenos. Salsa that gives it one of the best parts of its taste, surprisingly, is this green leaf right here. It's called cilantro. Now don't mistake it for parsley, which almost looks like it. You'll be able to see a sign that says cilantro, so you're going to want to get the cilantro. Because the parsley, while it's used in salsa, in my opinion, cilantro sounds better, so we're going to go with the cilantro today. Alright, so now what we're going to need is jarred jalapenos. And you can find these, I found this in the Mexican food aisle. It's also with the soup and the rice and beans. So what we're going to do is this is going to be used in the salsa, and I'll explain later. Now, the next step, the last and final step, is to pay. So let's go pay for the stuff we got. So how'd you like that trip to Albertsons? Anyway, now I'm going to teach you how to prepare the salsa. What you're first going to need to do is you're going to need to fill up the pot with water from the sink. So we're going to fill it up a little bit. And you're going to want to get that filled up. See, look at that. We're going to fill it up where we can at least put the tomatoes inside of it. You're going to want to put all the tomatoes in there. And you want them to be able to boil in there. So we're going to add a little bit more. And we're going to put this on the stove. We'll set it to high until it boils. Okay, now we're going to take the cilantro and we're going to soak it for a little bit. I'd say about 2 minutes maybe. And what that's going to, it's going to get all the dirt off of it, and it's going to make your salsa not grainy. At that point, we're going to start to take them out. You want to take them out, and you want to separate the skin like this. Now be careful, it's hot. It just came out of the boiling water. So you're going to want to separate that from, you want to get all the skin off, and the skin you are just going to throw away. So, cut. Now that we have the 3 large tomatoes prepared, let's take them, let's put them each inside of the food processor or blender. And you can cut them up if you want to make them fit in a little better. This thing is fine. So those will go in the pot. And let's move on to the next step. Okay, so next we have the cilantro, and it's been soaking in here. And the reason we soak this inside, we soak this cilantro, is because there's dirt on the cilantro and we want to get it all off. I think I explained that already. But this is what gives the salsa a lot of its flavor. We're just going to put that right there. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to get these leaves off. We're going to tear them. You can cut them off too if you want to, but whatever works for you. What I'll be doing is I'll take a handful, and I'm going to put a handful inside of there. There we go. Cut. So now you're going to need an onion. And with the onion, you just want to peel off like the old skin. Okay. So we got the onion all cleared of all the old skin, and we're gonna wedge it. Just chopping it like that. We're just gonna chop off the nasty ends we don't want to eat. A bit of onion, not a lot. So I'm gonna about 1/4, maybe. About this much onion is going to be used in it. Stop it. We're going to put this in the pot. We're going to separate this. Making me cry. Now we're going to cut up our lime, because we only need a half a lime on this. So we got half a lime. We'll use that in a minute. Stop. So now we're going to do the peppers. We're going to use 3 jalapenos, fresh jalapenos, and just tear the stems off like that. We're going to break them, put them in the pot or the processor. Do it facing outward so it doesn't go in your eyes. Now we're going to use our peppers of choice. 1 habanero. Hot. 1 serrano, equally almost hot. Well, 2 serranos for this one. Let's actually spread that out. Okay, pause it. Now we're going to use a garlic clove, or a little bit of garlic, not too much. This will work. We're going to take a half cup of this, and we're just going to put it in there. These are the jarred jalapenos. And then we're going to take our lime, and we're going to squeeze that in there. Just really get that in there. Limes. Are you actually getting in? No. Okay, now you're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of table salt. So, like this, iodized salt. And you're just going to go and spread that all around. And now there's one step left, and that's to blend. You can stop it now. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to blend it. Starting to look good. Alright. You can cut it out. Now there's one very important thing you need. Do not forget chips when making salsa. That would just be sad. You'd be like, oh man, I made salsa but I don't need chips. So these are probably one of your most important things to have. Last step is you're going to want to put it in the fridge to let all the flavors meld together. With that said, today I talked about what you're going to need to make the salsa, where to get the salsa, and how to find it. And I also talked about how to prepare it. Thank you for watching this video. hope you enjoyed it. And someday if you want to make salsa for a party or whatever you're planning, you'll know how to make it. And let me just remind you, I'll be passing out the spicy salsa, and I'll also be passing out a mild salsa for you wimps. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Dude, I can see myself in the Oh.